Yeah, you better pat me down and pray for peace before you let us in. My jettison is full of carnivores and lettuce men. You pushing positive, then we can be the best of friends. We drink the fire from the fountain in excellence. Open sores, open doors like a Trojan horse. No remorse, I make lore fact like college course. Making seconds to records, the textures you could never touch the circle I rolled and you overstepped your effort. I'm the shepherd of leopards, I'll pull you back together. You fall apart, I'll build it back but better. I'm a scoundrel with my pen works adventures. My punchlines are too raw for glass jars and dentures. You think you've seen madness? Well, I am the center. I'm only happy in the summer. The winter. Watch out now, come heavy water. It's high now, not going under. Oh, 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 not gonna let you go. Oh, 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 pay what you owe. Watch out now.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
From the 35 on 2nd down. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Buys time, rolling right. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. 4th down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Madison, running left. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Looking right, and he finds him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Throwing on first is Minshew. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That stop made by K.J. Britt.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Escapes the pocket. That one's on the mark. Jakobi Meyers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Going left side, Madison with it. And he's brought down for a loss. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have second down behind the sticks. Throwing here, Minshew. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
Here's the give to Irving. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
Baker now off to play fake. Hauled in by Godwin. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the give, this is Irving. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Once again, Irving. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 yards as we have hit our 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it
Third and just 2 to go. White trying this straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He's keeping it. He's pushing for the end zone. And off the football. It's not loose. And the Raiders get to it.
Sidelines get loud or what? It was practically in unison. Everybody's shouting to jump on top of that one. We just needed an official signal if it was 6 points or a touchback. And fortunately for them, well, it was a touchback.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from his own end zone. Pass taken in by Marshall. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stop that time by Jamel Dean. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing from near his own goal line. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety. And those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Mayfield now, blitz coming. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
3rd down run from White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. We'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. He lets one fly deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. That's complete. Here's Madison. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Minshew on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. He'll get this one to Madison. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Abdullah. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Enough goes to Madison, running right. And he gets in, touchdown! The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Bucky Irving now to return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Regular. At the 22-yard line.
Mayfield now from the gun. He hucks it deep off his back foot. Big gain downfield. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. He's loaded another one up. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd down, Mayfield to pass. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Right. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And the Raiders get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They'll go right back to Madison. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Madison again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Raiders up by 4. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has a man, it's Madison. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here. To the ground with Madison. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. And the whistles go off, so we've got a timeout, 9 seconds left in the game. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. On comes Daniel Carlson for a pretty important kick. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game. They're taking this victory back east with them. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.
I said, okay, okay, loser. We go way, way back. I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt. You cannot come to the cookout. Get your hand up at the cooler. She was in my seat. I had to scoot her. She was at her knees. I had to boot her. She just left the team like we ain't knew her. She just left the team like, okay, loser. Yeah, okay, loser. I ain't on my lonesome. They want me to loan some. I made a fortune. They can't let that go none. I'm doing so much that costs a shoulder. I don't blow it all on a VVS boulder. I put the burst in the I put the girl in the top teeth.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions. Look this one in. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Being chased out left. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Ready.
Tua going to throw. Gets this one to Hill. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the deep...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. In motion right is Addison. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's McCarthy. Steps away. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. McCarthy. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pushing his way through. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
This 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Tua sets up to pass it. Dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got it. And the Dolphins are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Mostert. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. On the move to his left. This one brought in by Jefferson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Forced out to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Looking to pass. Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Smith catches left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonnu Smith from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Flush to his right. Spinning away. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
an opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Right back to Achane on second down. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun on third down. Here's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now a 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Hill. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Achane. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Off to the races. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be caught by Hill. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Tua going to throw. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis.